Hi, this is Michael Orl from MobileBurn.com, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S2 for T-Mobile USA. It's available now for $229.99 on a 2-year contract. So here's the Galaxy S2 in its box. Pull out the device, power it up. See what else comes inside the box. This feels like we've got some manuals in here. You can see advertisement for Media Hub, its user guide, and terms and conditions. Phone's starting up pretty quickly thanks to its 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon processor. Micro USB cable, which is used, of course, with the power adapter. Very compact power adapter here. Pretty cute. And we've got earbud microphones as well. Nice looking metal trim on them. A couple extra ear gels for it. And that appears to be it. So let's take a look at the hardware design on the device. First I'm going to remove that protective coating. Power button over here on the right so we can unlock the device. Get back to the home screen. Okay, so we've got a nice large 4.5 inch display. That's 480 by 800 pixels of resolution. The device is pretty light considering its size, about 138 grams, and Samsung says it's a little over 9.5 millimeters thick. My calipers show it to be almost exactly 10, still pretty respectable. Other dimensions are it's 130 millimeters in length and 69 millimeters wide. Quite a large device, but the thinness does help a little bit when you're holding it in your hand, although it's still going to be a problem for people with small hands. Look at the rest of the controls. You can see we've got volume control over here on the left-hand edge. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack up top. Looks like another pinhole for maybe a noise-canceling microphone. Previously mentioned power button there. Down at the bottom, micro USB port. Another microphone pinhole. On the back you can see the 8 megapixel camera with its LED flash. Very finely textured plastic rear cover. Feels much better than some of the gloss ones that Samsung's been using for a while. A little bit of a bulge down at the bottom. I guess that's probably where the antennas are. You can also see the speaker port as well. I've removed the rear cover so you can see the battery. It's an 850 milliamp hour battery. It's good for 7 hours of talk time or 7 days of standby time according to Samsung. SIM card slot and a micro SD memory card slot, so you can put up to an additional 32 gig in there to augment the 16 gig of storage that's already built in. You can see we just received a new text message, and I can get directly to it from the lock screen with the device off. Long SMS messages are broken up, it appears, which is kind of annoying. Fonts look pretty big. You see that in a lot of applications on this device since it has a 4.5 inch display with the same resolution as seen on 4 inch and smaller devices. Go back to the home screen. Do pinch gesture there, and you can see we've got 7 home screens that we can get to, and we can rearrange them quite easily thanks to Samsung's TouchWiz system. Tap on any of them to access them. Static shortcut set down at the bottom of the screen, but you can actually change them. If we go into edit mode in the menu, you can see that we can rearrange things. So say you really used Google Books a lot, you could drag that over top of where the messaging app was, for example. You can also create new pages in the menu and new folders. Say I wanted to create a folder, and let's see, I'll drag this one in there as well. Now we've added that folder. You can see it right there. And it even shows the number of messages, things that are active in there because of the new email messages. I can drag that onto a home screen as well and access it that way. There's a couple different menu modes available here on the Galaxy S2. This is a customizable grid. You can put it in alphabetic grid where it'll automatically place things in alphabetical order. I prefer the one where you can customize it and maybe have one page for utilities, one page for games, whatever you like. And there is also a alphabetic list with a nice index tab down the right hand edge. This is the About Phone section, just so you can see we're running Android 2.3.5 Gingerbread. It's not the latest, 2.3.6 is the latest. But in spite of the fact that it's running a new enough version, it doesn't support video chat with Google Talk. And that's common to a lot of devices for some reason. You can see battery use. It's a nice Gingerbread system, shows everything in a very well organized. You can see which applications are doing what. You can get a good look at the graph and see Wi-Fi's been on the entire time. Device has been powered up when the screen's been on, everything like that. Pretty useful. Here's the wireless network settings. You see we've got a lot of Wi-Fi options, 802.11b, G, and N. Wi-Fi direct support, Bluetooth 3.0, and while there's no USB tethering support, you do have Wi-Fi hotspot mode. Data on the device is supplied by an HSPA Plus network connection. People are getting speeds upwards of 20 megabits per second for downloads, which is very, very fast. In my area, I've been seeing, with a weak signal, I've been seeing routinely 3.5 megabits per second, which is really fantastic. Another thing I've been impressed with the Galaxy S2 for T-Mobile is reception. GSM reception has been much stronger than my Google Nexus S, which I already consider to be pretty good, and it's been on par with the Nexus S's 4G or 3G reception. Really quite good. It picks up a signal in a lot of places where other devices simply won't. This is the Gmail client on the Galaxy S2. You can see it has the conversation view. Can show pictures. Not seeing any multi-touch support in Gmail. That's pretty common. Shame with the really large display though. Easy access to controls. And of course it works in landscape mode as well. Jump back out to the regular email application. You can see we have two accounts, both Gmail and AIM set up right now, and you can look at a combined inbox view. And since this is Samsung's application, you have this split screen view, but the font sizes really make it not all that useful. Let's see if I can find something that's from Samsung's Social Hub. If I want to make the font sizes smaller so the inbox is readable, I can do so, of course. Say font size, and I'm going to put it down to smallest, and that makes the inbox view quite readable, but the message itself is really, really tiny at that point. There's not a good compromise. It's just basically it seems like they've used too large of a font for the inbox. It seems to work decently here though. Now you can see we don't have the split screen mode when we go into portrait mode, so you do get extra functionality that way. Makes it quite cool. And you can see we're in a combined view right now. See on the left hand edge here, orange shows that it's from one account, and then you've got the blue showing that it's from a different account, so you can keep track of what you're looking at. Of course I can go just into the AIM inbox and see just messages from AIM. See some formatted text and everything. Of course multi-touch support in the Samsung client. A reply, and we've got access to the swipe keyboard, which I really like here. This is a test, nice and easy to use, and I can just send off a message.